Hi, everyone. I just want to test my sound. We're going to get started in about 5 minutes. So just keep hanging out. Hi, everybody. It is 6 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Kelly Young, and I'm the lead counselor here at Marcus. And we are so excited that y'all are all here to join us tonight to learn about the learning platforms and the variety of classes that we offer at Marcus and throughout LISD. And so we have some phenomenal programs that I'm excited for y'all to hear about. So thank you for joining us. A few things just as we get started tonight. Just some logistics. Everyone should be on mute when you've entered this meeting space. So we ask that you just stay muted. That way, as people join, there's not any distractions and things like that. We found that it's helpful with connection that if you keep your video off. So just a heads up, I am going to be turning off my video here in a little bit, just because we're going to have different presenters coming on and off. And so I just want that to help the connection. We also know that y'all are going to have some questions. And so on this webpage, as well as like each slide as we go through, there's going to be a QR code. And we ask that you scan that QR code to submit your questions instead of using the chat function. That QR code is going to take you to a Google form, and we're going to house all the questions there and then answer all the questions at the end of the presentation. And then we plan to share those list of questions on our website later this week so everyone can kind of view what was asked and see the answers again. We're also going to put the link to that QR code or that Google form in the chat so you can access it there too whenever you have a question as we're going along. This is going to be recorded. So this whole thing's recorded. We're also going to post this on our counseling webpage later this week as well. So to kick us off, I'm going to have our principal, Mr. Skelton, say a few words.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone. Ms. Young, can you hear me okay? I'll make sure my audio is coming through okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, thank you for the opportunity. Parents and students and everyone who is tuned in, I promise I won't take long. I know you're not here to listen to me, but I did want to just say a few words to help get us started tonight. First and foremost, parents, I wanted to thank you. We already have over 200 people here present for this, and that is just such a sign of the support that we have here at Marcus High School and within our feeder pattern. And we're just so appreciative of your partnership as we work together to give your kids a great educational experience here at Marcus. So thank you for being here. A couple quick things. First thing I'd like to say is for our incoming 8th grade parents, if you're a current 8th grade parent, let's take a collective just deep breath, okay, and let it out. I know it is overwhelming. I've always realized that as a principal, and because it is a lot of information when you get the information from the middle school counselors about high school and all of the activities and programs that are available, it is overwhelming, especially if this is your first child coming through the high school. But I promise you that we're going to help you get through it. I think one of our greatest strengths in Louisville ISD, certainly here at Marcus High School, at Marcus 9, at Briar Hill, Downing, and Lamar, it is our counseling program. Our counselors are truly outstanding at their job at helping parents and students make great decisions about what classes they would like to take, what programs they'd like to get involved with, how those programs work together. I know there are some programs that work really well together, and when we have students who are involved with 2 or more high stakes programs, we really try to find a way to make it all possible. And so incoming current 8th grade parents, I just I really think about you. I knew that as a principal. I tell you, when I went through as a parent for the first time, when I was sitting in your seat where you are now, especially for first-time parents, it is overwhelming. But promise you it's going to be okay. We have some time to give you all the information that you need, and we'll be here to answer your questions all along the way. So thanks again. Really, that's all I have to say. We just so much appreciate your partnership, and I will step aside now and hand it back to Ms. Young so that we can begin going through our program. Thank you.
Thank you. So yes, we went over the meeting logistics. Again, if you have questions, we're submitting those through the Google form, the QR code. We have a bit.ly that we also shared in the chat, so you can ask your questions there. All right, so to kick us off, we are going to have a representative from our Virtual Learning Academy, or VLA. So Erin Harrell is going to start us off.
All right, sounds good. Can you hear me, Kelly?
Yes, I can hear you.
And you should be able to see my VLA presentation. All right, so the VLA is Louisville ISD's Virtual Learning Academy. We've been around for more than a decade. We are staffed by full-time VLA teachers, and we also sometimes source current high school teachers from campuses across the district as adjuncts. So just a little bit about the program. Why do kids sometimes choose to take a virtual course? Well, by taking a virtual course, there are a lot of things that can do to help like balance schedules, to clear up scheduling conflicts. Sometimes a campus might offer a particular desirable elective at just a particular time, which creates conflicts for other courses. And your VLA courses, your virtual courses, can be slotted into period 1, 3, or 4. So we have quite a bit of flexibility as far as where to put our courses in the student schedule. They're also a way to help sort of balance out activities and accommodate sometimes desires to take more electives than are necessarily needed for graduation. Like sometimes kids might want to take, for example, like a 4th year of choir, even though they don't really need that for graduation. And in order to do that, they would take some other courses through VLA to kind of get those knocked out to create room in the schedule. We also offer opportunities for acceleration, so students can take VLA courses as a 5th course on top of the ones that they're currently taking during the school year. They can also take them over the summer. So we offer more than 60 courses, and as far as virtual courses taken during the school year, students can take up to 3 credits per year, which equates to something like taking 2 virtual courses in the fall and 1 in the spring, or vice versa. One of the advantages of us offering virtual courses is we can offer things out of the traditional sequence. Normally, for example, campuses would offer the first half of a course during the first 9 weeks and the second half of a course during the second 9 weeks. Well, we have the ability to schedule outside of that sequence and put things, for example, the second half of a course in the first 9 weeks, and sometimes that allows us to accommodate specific student needs. A VLA course, if you're taking a full credit course, for example, maybe you're taking English 3, that the whole thing would be English 3A and English 3B. That's the first and second half of the course. As high school courses, these count towards both GPA and rank, and students can start accruing virtual high school courses as credits as soon as they're finished with their 8th grade year. So that summer after 8th grade is when you can start taking VLA courses that count towards credits for graduation and GPA. Okay. If you take a VLA course during the school day, that generally doesn't have a fee. There are fees for courses that are taken in the summer or as an additional 5th course outside of school, or if you're looking for a very specific course that we don't offer. For example, we've had a handful of kids who want to take Chinese, and we don't have a Chinese course in the VLA program. In that case, we have the ability to go outside of the VLA to other groups that are part of a network called TECC-VSN. And get those kind of hard to find courses, but there are additional fees for taking those. Okay, so students go through the normal course request process through their campus counselor to request a VLA course. The counselor is going to be the one to help figure out how it all fits together into the schedule and the graduation plan. As far as registration is concerned, the next step for that would be to log into Skyward through Family Access during the campus course request window, and that's when you can make requests for all your courses, including VLA courses. And so we offer courses across a wide variety of subject areas. We have a little bit of something for everybody. From the English side, we have the core English courses as well as creative writing, and we offer AP English 3 and 4. We have the core social studies courses along with popular electives like psychology and sociology. And we have AP economics courses, psychology, AP US history, and AP US government. On the math side, we have core math classes along with statistics, and then AP stats and AP calculus. And we just started developing our science courses about 2-ish years ago. And so we're up to physics, chemistry, and integrated physics and chemistry at this point. We offer 3 language electives: American Sign Language, Latin, and Spanish, and a handful of CTE courses as well. We have electives including art, PE, and professional communications. And that's kind of the gist, an overview of the program. You might be asking yourself, well, what is it like to take a VLA course? Well, our courses are provided through Canvas, so students who've been in LISD are probably familiar with the Canvas platform. They'll go through there, and so they'll have in the course there'll be text, there'll be videos, sometimes there's simulations, sometimes they participate in online discussions. But it's very much like taking a regular course, just through the online modality. So the same kinds of skills that help make a student successful online or successful in person are the same ones that help make students successful online. So for example, being somebody who's able to stay organized and stay motivated and kind of follow a schedule, those are kinds of things that help students be successful online as well. For more information, you can go to our website, lisd.net. /VLA. And if you have any questions for us, you can give us a call or you can submit a question using the QR code that Ms. Young provided. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Mr. Harold. Like he said, VLA is a great opportunity to provide flexibility in a student's schedule. Many of our students here at Marcus utilize those courses, so we appreciate being able to collaborate with them. All right,
Thank you so much.
Next we're going to have Ms. Brennan Stoll, and she is one of our AP Humanities teachers. She's going to go over what it's like to take honors and AP courses.
Kelly, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. As you know, I've had problems with WebEx with the audio, so I'm glad it's working now. My name is Debbie Brennenstuhl. This is my 21st year to teach at Marcus High School. I teach juniors, AP US History and AP English 3. So I did want to talk to you guys. Welcome to Marcus High School. It's a great school in a great district, and it's nice to have so many choices. We have so many opportunities to meet the academic needs and the interests of so many of our students. So I'm going to talk to you about honors and AP courses. Don't be afraid of these. They are they're designed for students to go a little bit deeper into an academic subject that they are interested in. We do meet the TECC-Es. However, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into the subject matter. A lot of people, I think, probably have the perception that AP classes means more work. That's not necessarily true. We don't tend to do worksheets. We don't tend to do busy work. We don't have so much homework. Ours tends to be deeper, like a depth of knowledge as opposed to a breadth of knowledge. Our students who choose to take AP classes can earn college credit throughout the United States with scores of 3, 4, or 5 on AP exams. The cost for the exam is approximately $100. And then those scores, of course, are sent to the various colleges. It's a gamble because if your child doesn't pass the AP exam, then it's $100 that you've spent. However, research shows that students who take AP classes in high school overwhelmingly do fantastically well in college. So, for example, in English, one of the subjects that I teach, let's say hypothetically a student scores a 2 as opposed to a 3. or a 4 or a 5. What those kids do typically is go into college and make A's in those college classes. So it can balance that way. Our AP classes tend to be collaborative environments, and they tend to be populated with students who have a particular interest in that subject. I would encourage you to look into the AP classes. Don't be daunted or afraid of the AP classes, and ask any questions that you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Brennan-Stoll. Next, we're going to have Nina Johnson. She is our Marcus counselor who oversees dual credit. And LISD has a partnership with North Central Texas College, or NCTC. And Ms. Johnson helps with the communication between NCTC and the student. And so she is here to share all about the benefits of taking a dual credit class.
Hi, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well tonight. Thank you for joining us. So just a couple highlighted things about what dual credit is. Dual credit is the ability to take one class and you're getting high school credit and college credit at the exact same time. Majority of our classes that most of our students take are on our campus and they fit into their schedule just like any other class. So dual credit works very well with our block scheduling, where they get the one college class at the same time as getting the high school credit. With these classes, that means they are receiving the credit on their high school transcript as well as their college transcript. They are a college student. They are enrolled in NCTC just like a college student, so they are starting their college transcript, but getting the benefit of starting it early. Our courses are available in the spring, summer, and fall, so students can take them at any point in the school year, whatever fits best in their schedule. One of the best things about dual credit is you get it at a lower price than if you take it in college. So for example, you'll see on here that it's $55 per credit hour. So for example, our English dual credit class, if a student takes English dual credit, they are receiving English 1301 and 1302 on the college side. That is a cost of $330 because they are receiving 6 hours of college credit for that one class. If you were to take that at a four-year university, you're looking at about $3,000. So that is a huge price difference. This also counts the same as a AP course. It's the highest multiplier in the GPA. So it's because of the higher rigor and it's a college course, it does go in at that highest multiplier. Dual credit is good for students, any students, AP students, honor students, on-level students. If they're looking to challenge themselves in an area, dual credit is a great option for them. This also allows them to try a college class when they're at home with you. That allows you to help support them through the class. It helps them also have me and their counselor as support when they're doing the class. So it gives a lot of options for them to start that now when they have that support around them and get started on their college transcript. Again, I already mentioned it does go on both transcripts, but it's a great way to get both classes done with the support of you and at a lower price. And like I said, it also fits very well into our schedule. There will be information sent out this week with our dual credit information video that gives much more specifics because it looks a little bit different for every person taking dual credit. That's why I will help walk you through that process. If you're at all interested in a dual credit class, even just thinking about it, you will want to have that added into the student's course request when we open registration. That is what will trigger the process for them to apply and register for their dual credit courses. But I can always make changes as we work together and I help answer questions, but I don't want you to miss deadlines. So if you're at all thinking about it, add it in and we can get you started. That way you don't miss anything and we can get those classes going for you if you're interested. But again, that information meeting will come out in an email, so that will give you a lot more information specific to dual credit and how that might work for your student. As always, feel free to reach out to me with any questions that you have on dual credit, and I can help you with those as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. All right, next we're going to talk about AVID. Nicole Frenzel is our AVID teacher, but she was unexpectedly not able to be here this evening, but she did ask me to just kind of read through what she wanted me to share. She said AVID is an all-year national college prep class, which is paired with either honors English for the 9th and 10th grade or a dual credit class for 11th and 12th grade. And so since we pair with dual credit, AVID students will earn 12 hours of college credit while in AVID at Marcus. In the AVID class, we teach things like note-taking, study skills, organization and time management, all while we build an AVID family. We participate in community service as a group and host our very own AVID Olympics through group dynamics. Our classrooms have a relaxed feel. It's a place where each and every student feels safe and supported. Another awesome fact about AVID is we have weekly paid tutors who come in and work with our students in a small group setting. They provide our students with extra academic support. And of course, we do everything college. So from research, resumes, essays, applications, scholarships, and FAFSA, they do it all. And then one big thing is college field trips. In AVID, each year, students will attend college field trips. They've been to Texas Tech, Texas A&M, OU, OSU, Baylor, UNT, Midwestern State, SFA, and many more. The students have the best time and get to experience college life firsthand. So AVID is a class that can truly change a student's life. It's the class that allows every student to shine and reach their full potential. Please know that if your student is interested in this, they have to apply, and the applications are located in Skyward. Okay, and then she does have a date of applications for AVID being due on January 31st. So an application does have to be submitted, and I think they do a little interview process with that. All right, next I'm going to turn it over to Natalie Wilson. She is the counselor at Career Center West, and she's going to tell you all about their amazing opportunities that they have over there, as well as at Career Center East.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather, so just bear with me, please. All right, like she said, I'm Natalie Wilson, and I'm the counselor at West. We have two career centers, East and West. West is the one that is right off of 3040, right by Harmon High School in the natatorium. East is located on the other side of 35 by Killian Middle School and Independence Elementary, kind of tucked in there behind a now new housing addition. So your kids can take classes at either one of those. So as you can see there, we have a lot of options that can tie in with college majors. So if your kid wants to be a nurse, doctor, we have health science. If your kiddo is wanting to be anything that, architecture and design, we have that as well. These are innovative electives and they're not offered at the home campuses, so they are very specific to us. Some of these classes can earn a fourth science, math, or fine arts. So that is really cool when it comes to not only just choosing an elective, sometimes it will be a core credit as well. We have numerous certifications across the board between East and West. They are scheduled for 2 class periods. So that means that it's either going to take up first and second or third and fourth. We do have buses that are available. So your kiddos can either drive over or they can hop on the shuttle from Marcus over to East and West. Practicums. Practicums are really cool. These are going to be our high level courses. The kids have probably taken between 2 to 4 semesters of a classes with us. This is a chance for the kid to go work in the industry. So it's kind of like a co-op in a way, but it has to be in the industry. So like, for example, we have wood manufacturing at my campus. So the kids that get jobs in the industry, they can go work either in the morning or in the afternoon. And it's a really cool experience for them. We do have stoles. This is something that we started last year. So in order to earn a stole for graduation, they have to complete a pathway and they have to earn an IBC. So the IBCs are going to be listed on probably Tech West and Tech East websites. The IBCs are industry-based certifications. These are mandated by the state of Texas. At both East and West, we also offer other IBCs that are not accredited by the state, meaning they just don't recognize them. So we offer things like forklift certifications and other things in industries that maybe the state is not checking off, but we, based on our business partners, saying that, hey, this would be very beneficial for incoming, students and everything. So that, and you can visit both East and West's websites. And tomorrow night, actually, we are hosting our community night at Tech West. So, and Tech East will be on February 1st. So if you want to come out and see West, it'll be from 5:30 to 7. And we would love to see y'all there. On the next slide, there's going to be kind of a list of programs that are at East that's very specific to East. They do have pharmacy tech, which is part of our health science program. They do have a STEM. They do have law enforcement. And we do over at West have forensics, which is part of the law enforcement pathway. And that's also a science credit. They also have an AV class that is like ours. At West, we have what's called media production. That's like film and TV. And then over at East, they have what's kind of like live production. So they do things that are live, like news broadcasts and stuff, and sports broadcasting and things. They do have cosmetology. They start in 10th grade though, but usually Marcus students start over for cosmetology at West is an 11th grader. East also has auto tech. We have auto collision, so a little bit of a difference. And East does have animation and game design and architecture as well. Tech East is going to be getting some brand new courses. That one kind of didn't go in very well, but East is going to be expanding starting next year. Dental assistant and diesel mechanic will be offered, and that's really cool for another piece to the puzzle of health science. And also coming soon, and this is a real exciting one, is going to be welding. Welding we have at West. We usually have hundreds of kids on the wait list because it's so popular, and East is going to be building their new lab. So hopefully in the not this next school year, but the next, hopefully it will be offered. So that's truly amazing. So over at West, we have, like I said, auto collision. We do have agriculture. So we have the different pathways like animal science, floral design, horticulture, ag mech, and vet science. And we offer multiple certifications in those classes as well. And also we do have an FFA chapter. The FFA chapter is really important for kids to kind of get involved in. You do not have to do an animal project in order to be an FFA. I think that's kind of like a common misconception. You can do anything in FFA. You can speak, you can go to competitions, you can do anything in your pathway too and compete. It's a real fun and great program that is, nationwide. FFA is recognized across the nation. So that's definitely something great to put on a college resume or anything like that too. We do have culinary and hospitality. Culinary is offered in 10th grade, and it is a very popular course over at Tech West. The thing is with culinary is we are not teaching very basic cooking skills. What I mean by that is we're going to be teaching your kid to be a professional chef, a professional restaurant manager. So the kids that come over, they're going to be required to have a uniform, to have the proper materials and stuff to look very professional. And they do teach them French techniques in cooking. So I kind of want to be very clear and aware of the expectations to culinary. It's not just to come and eat and, have fun. They do teach a lot of things, and when we do run a cafe that is student led, and the kids, once they get in the upper level, are going to be taught how to run a restaurant. And like I said too, we have AV production, and mine focuses more on film and video. Health science that we share with East. At my campus, we do have medical assisting, healthcare rotations, which we have the EKG certifications. And also next year, we are going to offer EMT. That is part of our firefighter program. So the spring of your kiddo's senior year, if they want to do health science and do EMT, they can do that. It will be dual credit. They will get college hours, and there is going to be tuition with it, and it's going to be kind of paired with our firefighter kiddos. And what's exciting is last year, this is our first year that we've hosted firefighter. It's been at LHS for years. Our firefighter program is really thriving right now. Our kids just took their fire exam. Fire exam is 4 parts to it. It's pretty rigorous and hard, and the majority of them they are doing extremely well with it because of the extra time that they have at Tech West. So it's going very well over there. It is 11th and 12th grade. If you have a kiddo interested in that, we are having our fire interest meeting tomorrow at Tech West at 6:30. NCTC will come over and speak and talk about all the things that is required for firefighter. Forensics, part of the law pathway, that does count as a science credit. Only 11th and 12th graders can take that. We do have wood manufacturing. You can take that as a freshman going all the way to senior year. And the second level class is a math credit. And like I said, welding, we offer a lot of certifications in that class. It's 11th and 12th grade. And like I said, too, because of the number of kids interested in it, East will be adding to that and it'll hopefully alleviate a little bit from that wait list. On the next slide, we have what we call 2-year programs, or kids that stay over for 4 semesters. Our cosmetology license is 11th and 12th grade. At the end of it, your kiddo will get a cosmetology license. So even if your kid wants to do just nails or be an esthetician, or they just want to do makeup, cosmetology encompasses all of that. If they have a license, they can do all of it. What we say to the kids is, yes, it's majority hair, but if they want to be an esthetician at the end of it, they can go shadow after they get their cosmetology license and kind of learn more of those in-depth techniques instead of going back and getting your license for it. So that is something that some kids have a little bit of a misconception about, but unfortunately, the licensure itself, the test, is majority hair. So I wanted to be very clear with that too. Electrical, which has been booming over at Tech West, that is 11th and 12th grade. They get multiple NCCER certifications and what they call core, which is part of their safety. The kids, if they start 11th grade year, they have an opportunity that summer to shadow and make money in the industry, and they are thriving over at Tech West. And they are in the process of, they're pretty much hired right now. We've got industry people that knock at our door looking for these kids. Your kiddo in electrical, if they were to start, I can almost guarantee they will have a job before they leave if they want it. And also the people that we are partnering with National Switchgear, some of those kids too are going on and getting a bachelor's degree at UTA, and is a very up and coming energy kind of type of bachelor's degree. It's very exciting and stuff. And so we do have they do have a little bit of a partnership with UTA with that. And like I mentioned before, firefighter, it's 11th and 12th grade. And then the spring of their senior year, they would go into EMT. We also have HVAC, which is booming as well. Those are other NCCR certifications. And just like I said above with electrical, basically, if your kiddo wants a job, they are going to have it. And the industry people knock at our door come August, especially when, your heat goes out with all of this, bizarre cold weather. And then in the summer when your air conditioner goes out because it's overran because it's so hot. These kids have ample opportunity to do what they want with their jobs and stuff. So it's been very exciting with the trades. And then last but not least, we do have veterinary science. We do offer a CVA certification at the end of it. That would be the spring of their senior year. So right now we have kiddos out in clinics right now. Part of the CVA certification is 500 hours. 200 of it is in the classroom, which they got last semester. And then now they're working on their 300 clinical hours. And in order to stay in our program, they have to be placed in a clinic. All of our kids have been placed and they are striving right now towards their CVA certification, in which they will get in May. So it's super exciting. And a lot of these kids go on to veterinary school, or they go on into some side of therapy, like equine therapy, or some kiddos, they start going into their vet tech stuff. It is an array of things. The kids really enjoy it and it's super interesting. And they come back with all sorts of fun pictures and everything from all the surgeries they get to see. So it's been super exciting here at Tech West.
Thank you, Natalie. You did a great job. As y'all can see, there's so many opportunities at our career centers. I highly encourage you to get out there tomorrow night or on February 1st at Tech East to just look at the building itself and see all the really cool hands-on things that they have to offer. She also mentioned so many different certifications that your student can earn. We also have certifications here at Marcus that students can earn. So other CTE classes that we offer. And so I'm going to let Miss Nima House, she is one of our business teachers, talk about some of the business courses that we have.
Hi everyone, my name is Nima House. I have been a teacher at Marcus for 12 years. My children also attended Marcus, so I understand where you're at if your students are new to Marcus or coming into Marcus and how foreign that can feel. But well, rest assured, this is a great school and my children are thriving now that they've all graduated from college. I want to talk to you tonight about our business and marketing courses that we actually offer on our campuses, at the main campus and at the 9th grade campus. We actually have 5 pathways in the business marketing pathway. That is accounting, financial services, entrepreneurship, marketing, and business management. We do recommend that students begin these classes by taking the principles of business marketing and finance. Although if their schedule doesn't allow it to happen for some reason, or if the class is full, you don't have to go in this order, but this is the recommended order. So in the accounting, we offer principles of business marketing and finance. We recommend that students take either Money Matters or Business Information Management 1, and then they can go into the accounting classes. You have the financial services pathway that has Business Information Management 1, Money Matters, Financial Math, or they have to have pre-algebra 1 before they do that, or algebra 1 before they do that. And then we have a securities and investment course. We also have an entrepreneurship pathway that involves the principles class, Business Information Management 1, Entrepreneurship 1 and 2. We have the marketing pathway that starts with the principles. We have a marketing class, sports and entertainment marketing 1 and 2, and then we offer advertising, and a new class this year we're offering is social media marketing. And we like to pair those two together because each are only 9 weeks. So they're both 9-week courses. And then we also have the business management pathway that offers principles class, Business Information Management 1, and then students are able to choose between Business Information Management 2 or Business Law. And then the final course in that pathway is Business Management. Currently, we offer 3 courses that have industry-based certification exams, where students get industry-based certifications in either social media marketing or in the Business Information Management 1 and 2 classes. Students are taught how to use the Microsoft Office programs, and they earn, not only do they earn industry-based certifications in those classes, but once they take the industry certification exams, they are also eligible for college credit hours through the American Council on Education. And so they can end each class with 3 college credit hours if they pass the certification exams. Those exams are paid for by the district, so students don't have to pay for those. Also, we have our Career Tech Student Organization, which is one of the largest clubs, if you want to call it a club, on campus. It's TECC-E. TECC-E is a nationwide organization whose members focus on business, marketing, hospitality, and finance. And this organization gives students the opportunity to network with like-minded students. We also have competitions, we have field trips, and in the competition, students compete in a variety of business and marketing courses, also hospitality, finance. There's even some automotive related marketing events, but all of those events correlate with the classes that students take in CTE. And so we highly encourage students in TECC-E to take our CTE courses. If you have any questions, please reach out. My email is housein@lisd.net, and I'd be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, Ms. House. So continuing on with our career and technology electives and classes that kids can sign up for, we also have education and coaching. And so I'm going to let Ms. Kendall Hall talk to you about that.
Hi, everybody. Like Ms. Young said, I am Kendall Hall, and I have the pleasure of teaching the education and coaching pathway at Marcus. This is a program that we've had for a while at Marcus, but it's kind of been under different names. So I'm actually a Marcus alum myself, and whenever I was at Marcus, it was called Ready, Set, Teach. Same kind of idea, we just have these different names now. We are super blessed to have these at our campus. So any of the students that are wanting to sign up for these classes are able to stay at Marcus and go and think about any teaching jobs or careers that are going to be in our feeder pattern. So education and coaching are going to be classes about anybody maybe interested in becoming a teacher or a coach one day. We are looking at all different levels of this, where we can start at the very beginning at the number 1 and 2 on your screen. Our 9th and 10th graders normally will start by taking our classes called Human Growth and Development or Principles of Education and Coaching. So these are 2 elective credits that are super fun for really anybody to take, especially if you don't exactly know what you want to do in the future. I always really tell people that you should sign up for these classes because you get to kind of look at, do you want to be a teacher? Would you like to look at working in a school? And you can figure that out here in high school before you go off to college and have to pay for all those classes. So our human growth and development class is going to be kind of like child development. Principles of education and coaching is going to be our beginner course, where we kind of look at education 101. What does it look like to be a teacher? What does it look like to be a coach? What does it look like to work in schools? That is just an 18-week course, so it's a normal 1 credit elective, and we do get to take some fun field trips, and we get to look at all the wonderful elementary and middle schools that are feeders into Marcus. So after principles, if they really enjoy it and they have a passion for teaching, they can move on to number 3 and 4 on your screen. Instructional practices is normally going to be grades 10, 11, and 12. You do have to take principles of education first, so that's going to be our prereq. Once you take principles, you can sign up for instructional practices, and that is a 2 credit all year long course. That course is all year long because it does include a field-based internship. And what is very cool about that is we get to have our students really look into what grade are you interested in teaching? What school are you interested in teaching at? And they get to go and do a mini internship, kind of like student teaching at a different elementary or middle school in our feeder pattern. So instructional practices is very cool. They are at Marcus on Mondays and Fridays. And then on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, they get to go to their elementary or middle school, where they are partnered up with a mentor teacher, and they get to experience everything that a student teacher would get to. if they still enjoy it and they're like really passionate about it. And if they are in 11th or 12th grade, our students can sign up for practicum of education and coaching. This is just going to give them more opportunities to get into the field. It is another all year long course because it does include that field-based internship. But these students are going to have a lot more control in the classroom. They have a lot more assignments. They get to go to their classrooms more often. And they're going to take a bigger role in looking at those different grades and being able to like learn those skills as a teacher. I really, really love this program. I did this program, like I said, whenever I was at Marcus, and I was really able to figure out my pathway before I went to college, so that by the time I went to college, I knew I would like to teach high school. I would like to be in this subject. And I felt like I was so prepared whenever I was taking my classes, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So exactly, all of these classes are really great for anybody, especially that Principles of Education and Coaching course. If you don't exactly know what you want to do yet, it's still such a fun elective. And then, hopefully we have some people that fall in love with teaching, and we have some new awesome teachers in our district. If you guys have any questions, my email is down there at the bottom of the screen. It's hallkm@lasd.net, or of course, talk to any of your counselors or anyone else that might have great information. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mrs. Hall. Yes, if your kid is at all interested in teaching, coaching, anything in that field, have them sign up. And like she said, LISD does do a great job at hiring former students. Okay, so for robotics, Mr. McCluskey is our very passionate robotics teacher, and he also wasn't able to be here tonight. I just want y'all to be aware that we have a phenomenal robotics program. He has created this dedicated area called the Roboplex out back of Marcus High School, and he's always hosting really big events. Even some of our feeder elementary schools have gotten involved and have robotics teams, and so he's done a great job. I just want y'all to be aware that we have a robotics program, so make sure to find that on the course selection card if you're interested in it. All right, we're going to move on to ROTC, another very impressive program that we're proud of here at Marcus. Air Force Junior ROTC. Chief Salinas is here to discuss more about that.
Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm not quite as eloquent as my other colleagues, so for my attention-seeking step, we opted to land the Chinook helicopter over at Downing Middle School. Some of you folks might have seen that today. But anyway, like I said, I'm one of the Air Force Junior ROTC instructors. The best way I can go ahead and describe ROTC is starting out by saying what it's not. It's not just for kids who want to join the military. There's absolutely no requirement to join the military, those kind of things. It is an elective, an 18-week elective course that offers both a public service endorsement as well as a PE credit. I am guessing, if tradition holds true, there are some families, some kids that will automatically discount ROTC because my child doesn't want to wear a uniform or comply with hair standards and those kind of things. I will tell you, for the very first time next year, first-year students, first-year cadets, won't be required to wear the uniform, and they won't be required to comply with hair standards. So that is something new. And we're doing that in the hopes that it encourages more folks to take ROTC as a realistic option. I will tell you that over 80% of the students who take ROTC a single semester take it a second or subsequent semester. And when you take in consideration that ROTC is an elective, I think that's pretty remarkable, and it speaks to the quality of the course, the friendships formed in ROTC, and just the fact that it's a fun course. So I definitely encourage people to go ahead and consider that. I will also go ahead and tell you that quite a few accomplishments that we have underneath our belt. For instance, this year, we have 2 of our cadets who have received congressional nominations to service academies. So that is a great thing. Thus far, we've had 12 individuals already selected for an ROTC scholarship called the Flight Academy Scholarship. With that, students have the opportunity to earn their private pilot's license. It's basically a $25,000 scholarship, and there's no military obligation associated with it whatsoever. That's sort of to compensate for the shortage of pilots that both in the military and the civilian sector that our nation is experiencing. So we've had quite a bit of success. Like I said, we've already had 12 people that have earned their private pilot's license by virtue of this program. We have 2 and possibly 3 others that are going to be doing the same this upcoming summer. So we're very proud of that. One of the other scholarships that ROTC has, it's called a J100 scholarship. That's a national scholarship that we've had some good success with. Basically, it's an ROTC scholarship on steroids, because not only does it pay for 100% of a 4-year college tuition, but it also pays for books, it pays for room and board. It even provides a living stipend so that the individual doesn't have to go ahead and get a part-time job or anything while they're in college. Last year's winner is currently attending Texas A&M. We have an individual who has made the final rounds for this year. Hopefully within the next week or 2, we'll get his results, and we're cautiously optimistic that he'll get something there as well. The other thing that I wanted to mention, obviously I alluded to the Chinook helicopter orientation flight that we have had today, but that's not unique in some of the unique field trips that we had. Last year we went on a KC-135 and we got to see 6 F-16s refuel in midair. Next year, I'm teaching space exploration, so we're hoping to go to the Johnson Space Center. So quite an emphasis on STEM and things along those lines. Finally, I just wanted to go ahead and wrap up on what it means to be a cadet for a lot of these individuals. It's a sense of family. It truly is. It gives individuals an opportunity to think beyond themselves and just being in the moment. They get a sense of belonging. The school opens up at 7:30. By 7:31, I have a room full of students, because this is where it's their safe place. Like I said, a lot of kids have taken it just not only in their freshman year. We have several students who have taken it throughout their high school career, and they're graduating seniors now. So it's a great, unique course with a lot of opportunities to make some lifelong friendships and some great memories. The last thing I wanted to go ahead and mention, since I forgot to mention it earlier, ROTC is one of those classes that you can take simultaneously with things like athletics or fine arts or AVID or honors courses. We'd love to have you. In case you have any questions, obviously you'll see my email address there on the slide. It's salinasbg@lisd.net. I hope you and your children take the opportunity to give ROTC a chance. They won't regret it. Thank you for your time. Hope you all have a great evening.
Thank you, Chief Salinas. All right, next we have Mr. Jones. He's our head band director, and he's going to share all about the opportunities to get involved in our fine arts programs.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing awesome tonight, and thrilled for the opportunity to visit with you for just a few minutes. Like Ms. Young said, my name is Jeff Jones. I've served on the band staff here at Marcus High School for 6 years. It's my 24th year in education, and you know where you guys are coming from as well. I have an 8th grader at Briar Hill who will be my 3rd student to come through M9 and MHS over the next 4 years. So thrilled about the educational community you're getting to join. I will tell you that it's exciting for me because, as you've heard over the last 45 minutes, there are so many incredible classes that are offered here at Marcus and M9, and so many things that you can investigate through your child's time in high school. The other exciting thing is being on the accelerated block. They have so many opportunities to earn way more credits than they need for graduation, that there is the chance to explore and be a part of different things. In the arts programs, and you can see my colleagues' email addresses there. I'm happy to speak on their behalf tonight, just to let you know that one of the things that I think is really critical in my mind, both as a parent and a teacher, is to have a place for your kid to belong as they make the transition from middle school to high school. So I know a lot of you are looking for, okay, we really haven't been involved in the arts before, and I'm looking for a place to plug in to get that fine arts credit. And of course, all of our programs would love to talk to you about that. But I also know a significant number of you have been engaged in our programs at the middle school level. And I would challenge and encourage you to maintain that membership across at least the freshman year. One of the cool things about that, and you heard Chief Salinas talk to this just moments ago, is that one of the big misconceptions that I run into all the time is a mindset from parents that they really have to specialize or put all of their emphasis in one space at the beginning of the freshman year. And we have students in all of our arts programs who are aggressively engaged in literally every other academic, athletic, and artistic pursuit that Marcus has to offer. We have students, I saw one of the questions earlier, we have students that participate in all sorts of programs at the career centers. I mean, the kids are actively engaged in all sorts of different things. But the great thing about our arts programs at Marcus, they give your student a home base, they give them a place to belong, they give them a smaller nucleus of friends who have a shared experience of what they love to do, sharing and expressing themselves through art, and through music, through dance, through things that they've participated in before. So, you know, as I said, I have a student coming to Marcus. I feel good about the idea of having them in one of these programs because Marcus High School is a big place. It's larger than the town that I grew up in. There's over 3,000 people that come across the steps of Marcus High School every day, and your kids need a place to belong, to plug in. And then the other exciting thing for us is we want to partner with you throughout the time you're in high school. You know, band, orchestra, choir, theater, dance, the visual arts, they're not just a single class that you take once. They're a chance to engage in a partnership over a significant period of time. And we see music and the other fine arts as an opportunity to help you prepare your kids for the next phase in life. You know, one of the other common misconceptions, especially in the band world, that we get, well, my student's not going to be a professional musician. What do the arts have to offer them? And I'll tell you that the majority of our students that are graduating indicate majors other than music as an emphasis or art, visual art as an emphasis in all of our programs. But the arts allow us an opportunity to partner with you to teach your kids skills they're going to need moving forward. Skills like discipline, honor, intensity, integrity, hard work, dedication, communication, teamwork, social skills, and problem solving, just to name a few that we love to share with you while allowing them the opportunity to be involved in all sorts of other things on campus. So if you've been engaged in the experience before and you want to learn more about what that looks like at the high school level, all of our programs have orientation meetings coming up over the next several weeks where we'd love to just give you information about what it looks like in our programs. If you've never been engaged in one of these and you're just exploring how you want to get your arts credit, I think that's awesome. You can't go wrong with any of these opportunities at Marcus High School. I did want to indicate one question I got last night, just the idea of, does band offer anything besides the fine arts credit? Band and color guard do also offer a PE credit that goes along with that fine arts credit. So that's one distinction of the band program. But again, all of these arts programs are a great opportunity for your student to be involved. If there's anything I can do or say to help, I'd be happy to do it. My contact information is there, as well as all my colleagues could answer specific questions about their medium. But welcome to Marcus High School. Thrilled to have you as part of the educational family that is second to none, in my opinion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. I think I heard some common words throughout the whole program with our speakers was we want your kids to feel connected. We want them to belong, plug in, have that family feel. And so I hope y'all take some time as we go through the next few weeks and you select your course requests and all of those things to kind of find out what is the best spot for my kid for them to just start trying new things and seeing what they like, because that's what high school is all about. All right, so I want to just kind of go through some registration reminders and some just points to make as we go through this process. A lot more information is going to be sent out next week. So a week from today, on Wednesday, January 24th, is when we are going to roll out registration. So that's when more information as far as the course cards and the elective course pages and all of those things will be available. All registration documents and the submission process will be done online. You're going to access this through our Marcus Counseling 2024-2025 registration webpage. That link will be sent directly to students and parents. All course selection is going to be done in Skyward. So this can only be done in the student's Skyward account. Parents are not going to have access to select the course request and all of that from their family account. So make sure you're logged into your student Skyward account. Students are going to need to select 8 credits, and then they're going to also select 8 alternates. So 4 core credits for English, math, science, social studies, and then 4 elective credits. And then you'll also choose the 8 alternates. And so really make sure that they're picking those alternates wisely. We definitely use their alternates when we're working on their schedule in August. And so sometimes we just have to go to those. So make sure they're choosing their classes and choosing their alternates very wisely. When we send you the registration link, you are also going to see like instructions and supporting documents. And there's going to be a wealth of links for you to click on, like the Louisville ISD course description guide. You're going to be able to search through and read about each of the type of classes and make sure you're making the correct choice. We also have like a Marcus program highlights presentation that you can look at. There's going to be information about VLA and the career centers listed there as well. If a course is not on your course card, then your grade level is not going to be able to take that class. So some classes are for specific grade levels. So if it's not on your course card, you won't be able to take it. You also won't be able to select it in Skyward. Make sure that your If you have questions, you're consulting with your counselor. And then I also encourage you to talk to your teachers because they're their expert in their field. They also know your ability. And so if you're kind of on the fence on which way to go with the class, then use them as a resource to have that conversation. Please know that we cannot honor semester, teacher, a specific class period, or lunch request. We get those a lot. And unfortunately, we can't honor those type of requests. If you're maybe not going to be attending Marcus next year, or you don't know what that's going to look like, still complete the registration process. We have to have something in for every single student. And then just know that if a student ever fails a class, let's go ahead and open up that conversation as quick as possible with their counselor, because we have ways for them to recover their credits, whether it's in credit recovery or summer school. We have lots of options. And so we want to help your kids stay on track for graduation. So what is the timeline? So I'm kind of speaking just for the rising 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. So current 9th, 10th, and 11th graders. This is our timeline. January 24th is when students are going to receive their instructions during second period. That email is going to go out to parents and students. And then they'll have a week to look at everything and then make sure everything is due in Skyward by Wednesday, January 31st at 11 p.m. As counselors, we're going to be meeting one-on-one with every student the following weeks. And so just please be patient as we go through that. It takes a few weeks for us to meet with every kid, but we will be having one-on-one conversations based on what y'all selected in Skyward and just making sure everything looks good. And at any time during the registration process, if you need help, please reach out to your counselor through email or have your students sign up using the QR codes on campus, and we can call them down and help them kind of plan out what they're wanting to do. And then in April, we do what's called course verifications. And so you will go back into Skyward and just view your course request. And then if something needs to be changed or tweaked, we're going to have an opportunity to do that at that time. All right, I'm going to let Miss Klingon, she is our 9th grade campus counselor, speak to her dates.
Okay, yeah, our dates are just a little bit different than the main campus dates. On the 24th, students, oh, sorry, I didn't switch that on mine. On January 18th, so that's tomorrow, the digital registration notebook will be emailed to students and parents. That is already available on our website. So if you wanted to look now, you are more than welcome to go onto the M9 registration website and see it. But we are going to email it as well. On January 19th, we will be at Downing Middle School at 2:30. On the 22nd, we'll be at Briar Hill and at Lamar on the 23rd. So that's Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. We are going to the middle school campuses to meet to present our registration information to your students. On the 25th, we will have a help session here at Marcus 9, and that's come and go from 6 to 8 p.m. And that's for Downing and Lamar families. And on January 30th, we'll have another help session here in the evening from 6 to 8 for Briar Hill and transfer students. We are very aware that that the 25th is a basketball evening. So any families, if you have any conflicts, basketball or otherwise, please feel free to come on the night that we have for Briar Hill and the transfer families. Our Skyward window for entering course requests is the same as the main campus. We will open at 8 a.m. on Wednesday the 24th, and we will close at 11 p.m. on Wednesday the 31st. And then we will be going back to the middle schools to have individual meetings with your students. We will be at Briar Hill on February 2nd, we'll be at Lamar on February 7th, and we will be at Downing on February 9th. And again, that's for our current 8th graders, our rising 9th graders. One difference that we have, I saw on the other slide that the main campus has to put 8 alternates. We don't have as many course options available for our current 9th graders as the main campus does. So we're asking our families and students to input 4 alternates instead of 8. Okay, can we go to the next slide? Okay, it's just a couple more reminders. Course selection, also the same for our rising ninth graders, will be completed by students in student access. When we come to the middle schools, we have a paper, it's a one-pager front and back that has instructions for your students to follow on how to enter those courses into Skyward. I do know that parents, you guys have been doing that for a while. So this is their opportunity to be able to take some control of this and be able to put them in. And so we are giving them the instructions to be able to do that. As parents, you will, again, still be able to see the student selections in Family Access, but we really want your kiddos to complete that. Our master schedule is finalized based on choices during this course selection. So it doesn't matter if they put them in on the first day or if they put them in on the last day that courses are available. This isn't a first come, first served situation. Your students need to put in the choices that they want, and then our master schedule will be built based on those choices that your kids make. It's really critical to choose the courses that your students are interested in committing to take, because that's what we're going to have available. We try really hard to schedule first choices of electives, and please understand that when choices aren't available, we will pick from the alternates. Sometimes we only have access to courses in certain periods and it'll conflict with your athletics or with your band or with your choir. So then we have to go to the alternates. So please, please, please make sure those alternates are in place. Also, it is likely your student will have a course on the main campus, and please remember that everyone is new to campus, and it is very likely that your student will have courses with new friends. So there is going to be some anxiety whenever they get up here, and it is totally okay. We are meeting new people, and it's going to be a fantastic experience. We're super excited. I have a QR code here on the screen that will take you directly to the N9 course registration website. Please remember, families, that Marcus 9 we have our own website, and Marcus Main has their own website. So if you're looking for course registration information that's specific to our rising ninth graders, make sure you go to the Marcus 9 campus to get that information.
Perfect. Thank you, Ms. Klingon.
Thanks.
All right, well, we are going to move on to our Q&A portion of the presentation. So again, if you have questions, submit it through the QR code and instead of the chat. We also put in the chat the link to the Google form for you to ask your questions. So the first question is, do business classes count as electives? For example, the principles of business marketing and finance? Yes, all the business classes that Mrs. House went over would be elective credits. They're not the core credits. So those are elective credits. The Career Center had some questions. So Ms. Wilson, are the Career Center courses typically for students that are not college bound?
I think that's like a 50-50. I would say if you pull like half of our kids, they're college bound, and the other half, they're not. They're going to go straight into industry. So I think it's a hodgepodge of all of the above at both career centers.
Can I do FFA at Career Center West as a freshman?
Yes, we have Principles of Agriculture and Leadership. That is a 9th grade course. We do have a wildlife course that is also ag-related, and floral design, which is also a fine arts class, all of which are offered to 9th graders.
And then do one of the career centers offer cybersecurity?
Yes, we offer cybersecurity at Tech West, and that is also a 9th grade course as well.
We also had a few dual credit questions. So one of the questions was, are dual credit courses accepted by four-year universities? So dual credit courses are accepted almost at every school across the nation. If it's a Texas public school, they are required to accept it. They have to. But even private schools and outside of Texas, they are still going to accept it. It just might be called something different or have a different number. So sometimes you might have to talk with the admissions reps to kind of talk about what that looks like. But it is very rare for us to ever find a school that has not accepted dual credit courses. Another question we had is about what grade levels dual credit can be offered. So most of the dual credit classes open during junior year. There is only one class that is offered as a 10th grader for 10th graders. That is World History dual credit, and it is only offered online, and it's over the full school year because it's set up like a college course where it takes the whole year. That's the only one that is offered for 10th grade. And then the rest open up for 11th and 12th graders. There are not any that are available for 9th graders. It just will start for 10th grade and then to 11th and 12th.
Okay, the next question was for Virtual Learning Academy. So Mr. Harrell, if we take a summer course in the end of 8th grade for one of the core subjects, will it count towards GPA along with the course credit? He may not be on here, but I can answer that. Yes, it will still count for GPA because it will fall under your high school classes. Even over the summer classes after 8th grade, they will count in your GPA if it was a core class. Another question for VLA, are all of the VLA courses asynchronous? And that answer is yes. Also, VLA question, do you offer AP courses? Yes, we do offer some AP courses through VLA. We're going to provide their website where you can look at all the courses that they offer, but also on your course card, once you receive that next week, you're going to be able to see, for example, English 3 is offered regular on campus, AP on campus, dual credit on campus, as well as VLA regular and or on level and VLA AP. So you'll see all those options listed on the course card. If I'm understanding VLA correctly, is this on top of electives and the mandatory classes that they need to take? So VLA classes are the same classes that are offered in person. We're just offering them virtually. So you're not taking like extra classes or anything like that. However, you have the opportunity to take VLA through summer, or you could take the class like as a 5th period as an extra class if maybe you're needing to get ahead on credits for some reason or make room in your schedule or something like that.
We had one question for AVID. So typically AVID is combined with English classes. At the high school level, they will be paired in 9th grade with English 1 honors. In 10th grade, it is paired with English 2 honors. In 11th grade, it is paired with US History dual credit. And then senior year, it is paired with English dual credit. So it changes once it gets to junior year and senior year as far as what it's paired with. The AVID classes are all year long. They're paired together. So every other day they're in the AVID class, and then every other day they are in whatever class their course is paired with.
Let's see here. ROTC, Chief Salinas, can you elaborate on the simultaneous credits for athletics and fine arts? Can ROTC substitute a selection of either one of these? So to kind of talk about that, ROTC would not earn you a fine arts credit. However, it would earn you 1 credit of PE. So the very first semester that you take ROTC, you would earn a PE credit. I think what this question may also be referring to is the fine arts and the band. If you're in band, then you can earn your fine arts credit as well as PE credit. If you take band freshman and sophomore year, you get that PE credit.
Okay, so we did have one question on external PE under PE and athletics. In high school, students can also do external PE similar to what they did in middle school. You'll have to follow the district external PE application process. We will have that link when we share the questions and answers, or you can also find that on our on the district website. Once you are approved for it, then you will then it will be sent to the counselors, and the counselors will add it into the student's schedule.
There's a question about VLA and who the teachers are. So our VLA course is given by non-Marcus teachers. So when you sign up for LISD VLA, it could be any teacher in LISD. So it's not necessarily a Marcus teacher. We do have some teachers at Marcus that do VLA, but you are not guaranteed to get them. So it's just an LISD teacher.
Another PE question. The question is specifically about volleyball, but it talks about athletics. Ms. Klingon, would you want to speak to how sports works once they enter into 9th grade?
Sure. So students are going to sign up for their fall sport that is first. Volleyball is generally the first sport. If there is a second sport and there's a tryout that whenever the first sport ends, then the coaches communicate what the next class is, and they give us a list of students to change and what course to change them to. A good example of that would be football going to basketball, and then they go back to football. So if they go into football, basketball starts, they have their tryouts, football coaches and basketball coaches tell us which ones to go to. As soon as basketball is finished, basketball coach tells us and communicates with football to go back into football. We'll have some girls that will do volleyball and then go into softball in the spring. Same thing, the coaches let us know whenever the first sport ends when we are to change your schedule into the other sport. Does that answer the question?
Yes, that's
Okay.
perfect.
All right,
Thank you. Some general registration questions. When does registration for summer classes start? So if we're talking about VLA summer classes, that typically opens around April or May of the school year. If you're talking about dual credit summer courses, the deadline's going to be March 8th. And so after you've started the registration process with Ms. Johnson, she'll kind of help you go over that. Is it true that colleges expect 3 to 4 years of the same foreign language for admissions? So really, every college is different and they have different language requirements. You'll want to view specific college admissions requirements and major requirements, just kind of depending on where you're going and what you're majoring in. But as far as graduation from high school, 2 credits of the same foreign language is what's required. That's kind of standard for sometimes what we're seeing at colleges, but again, you're going to want to check with your college.
This next general registration question that was right underneath that one, my student is planning to complete a geometry course in summer, so will she be going to Marcus, Maine to attend Algebra 2? And the answer is yes. Algebra 2 is taught on the main campus, so if a student takes geometry over summer, then Algebra 2 will be on the main campus.
Says, will there be a makeup date for the students to meet with the counselors one-on-one? My student will be absent on the date. Counselors will be at their school on February 2nd.
Right. We do not have a makeup date that is scheduled at this time. Usually what happens is if the student is absent on the date that we attend, then the middle school counselor will meet and have a one-on-one planning session with that student.
And Ms. Klingon, another one. Can 9th graders select more than 2 electives?
Yes, 9th grade students need to select 4 electives. They'll select their 4 core classes, English, Math, Science, and Social Studies, and then choose 4 electives.
Do you want to speak to this as well? If your child is in Honors Algebra 1 this year, would they take Honors Geometry their freshman year?
My recommendation is always to speak with the current teacher of that core area. So I would speak to the honors algebra teacher and say, would you recommend me to continue to take honors geometry? What level do you think that I should take? We look at numbers. That teacher is with that student all the time. So whenever it comes to those levels, I always recommend speaking to the core in that area.
Is a speech class a requirement for graduation, or is that requirement fulfilled in the English classes? So that is fulfilled in the English class, so they will get their speech credit through them. So we don't even offer speech on our campus because it's taken care of through English.
So a question about the course description guide. So if you're ever looking at a course that you're trying to get more information about, it will say a GPA level 1 or GPA level 3 or 2. So a GPA level 1 would be an on-level course. A GPA level 2 would be an honors course. And a GPA level 3 would be an AP or a dual credit course.
The next question is robotics open for M92? And the answer is yes. Robotics 1 is on the course request card.
So we also had another question about the amount of credit that a student can have per semester. So per semester, a student is typically getting 4 credits because they have 4 periods in their day. If they happen to be taking like a VLA class outside of that, then yes, there could be an additional credit. But typically in each semester, a student is receiving 4 credits with a total of 8 credits at the end of the year.
Another question in regards to earning PE credit. Does the fine arts dance class count for PE? So dance 1 is going to be a fine arts credit. If they continue into dance 2, that can be the PE credit, but it's only dance 2. So that second credit is what counts for the PE.
We also had a question about honors and AP classes. So if a student decides that they want to do an honors and AP class, we always encourage them to sign up and to try a class. We also know that once a student gets into the class, it might not be the best fit, and there might be something that needs to change for it. So what that will look like is we have a level change policy at the 3 weeks and the 9 weeks. A couple of reasons why is sometimes that very first day they get into the class and they get scared because it's a lot of information. And once they get in and kind of understand the class, it's an amazing class for them, and we don't want them to miss out on that. However, at the 3 weeks, it does allow them to get a good idea of what the class is like, can communicate with the teacher, get more information. So there is allowed to be a level change at the 3 weeks. After a student starts an AP or honors class, they do have to wait till that 3-week mark to do a level change through their teacher.
All right, is VLA on campus? Students who take a VLA class, if it's like in their first period or their 4th period is where that usually falls. We do ask them to make sure they have a ride to leave campus or to come to campus late. We do not have a place to house all of our VLA students. And so we would need them to be able to have a ride to come to school, and they need to be doing that coursework off campus somewhere. All right, and that is all the questions that we have. If your question didn't get answered, then please feel free to reach out to your counselor. We'll also be posting the questions and answers online. I plan to put this recording as well as the questions on our Marcus website, and we will also email it out later this week, along with the dual credit information that was shared earlier. There's going to be a more specific presentation to that. So again, thank all of you for joining us tonight. I know there's a lot of information that was given, so I hope this sparks some conversations with you and your student, and y'all are able to start making some decisions. And again, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out.
Ms. Young, there's one question that I see on this list that's very long, that is a 9th grader that has a question about a course that was taken in Frisco. If that parent is still on, will you please email me, klingenk@lisd.net, and I have some people I can reach out to in the district to see if we can get an answer for you. I don't see a name. I just have the very long question.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, y'all have a great evening. Thank you again.